Just remember, you're writing 5 things that you have accomplished, big or small, this year so far. Don't write about things that you accomplished when you were a baby. No, just this year in 2020. What have you accomplished? Some kids are still having a good time. Darshan, why are you in on 2 computers?
I'm Beast. I'm not Mr. Beast.
Who's Mr. Beast?
I don't know.
Mr. Beast? Oh, it's you. Gotcha. Okay.
What happened to Miss Erin?
You're writing down 5 things that you have accomplished this year. I should probably do this with you guys. One more. All right, we're going to get started soon. I'm just thinking of my 5th accomplishment. Okay. All right, so we all ready to move on? Most of us are done? Okay, all right, good. So a lot of times we don't recognize how much we have accomplished. If you look down at your sheet of paper, I want you to feel proud of yourself, of the 5 things that you have accomplished, right? It's not about like if you've gone from a D to a C, don't feel bad about yourself because you didn't get an A, right? You went from a D to a C. That is an accomplishment. That is good. We need to keep going. That was good. If you got an A, that's also an accomplishment. Feel good about yourself. Feel proud of yourself. Like, I did this. I want you to look down at your papers now. And I want you to notice that at one point in time, last year, maybe the year before it, these were things that you dreamed about doing. These are things that you wished you could accomplish. And you accomplished them. And that's good, right? Like you accomplished it. Nobody else accomplished it for you, but you accomplished it. All right, so I'm going to share mine, and I'm going to show you what to do next. All right, so my 5 accomplishments. I moved into my own apartment. Yay! I have my own place. I don't live with my parents anymore. I'm also 30 years old, so it was about time. So I'm really happy that I've been able to move out into my own apartment, and I am, for the most part, financially stable. So that means like I'm able to make enough money to be able to take care of myself, be able to pay rent in my apartment. I'm able to pay my utilities, which is like my gas and my water, and I'm able to do all of that like kind of comfortably. You know, like I'm happy that I've been able to move into my own apartment and start my own life. I also moved into a bigger office space. Many of you students that have come before we were online, like Sushant, Mehek, Arush, Romir, Aryan, and Driti, Aditi, Prisha. Prisha is like old school, just like Aryan, Driti, and Romir. Darshan, Deepti, Abhinav. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. But you guys saw what it was like in the old space, some of you, when we were underneath the martial arts school. And then we moved into the place that's across the hall that was like the 3 desks, and there was like that other room with like the TV and like my desk. And like now we have a huge space, like ginormous, because I didn't think there was going to be a thing like a global pandemic. So I leased an entire office space that's like 3 times the size of that other one. But I finally have my own office, and I'm very grateful for that. And I think it's an accomplishment. We reached over 150 students, which I'm so happy for. And that was a huge goal, a huge accomplishment. This is a goal that I was trying to reach for like 6 months. Like every time we would meet for these goal setting seminars, I'd be like, yeah, my goal is 150 students for this month. And I like didn't reach it for like 6 months. Like I kept trying, I kept trying, I kept trying. Finally reached it. And I'm really proud of myself for that. I've read and listened to 32 books so far. So a lot of them I've read, a lot of them I've listened to while driving. And I know 32 might not be a big number for you kids because you guys like digest books like it's water. But as an adult, it's tougher to read books because there's other things going on in our lives. But I'm really, really proud of myself as an adult. I've read 32 books so far. And I'm really proud of myself that I've created an organized life for myself. I think for the most part, I have a very structured life, and I've created for myself. I don't work for anybody else. I don't have a boss. It's just it's me, and I have set my own schedule, and I follow my own schedule, and I have an organized life for myself. And I'm very proud of myself for being able to do that because I think that's really important to be organized. So what you're going to do now is you're going to select on your own sheet of paper 3 that were the hardest to reach. Okay, just circle them. So I'm going to do reached over 150 students. That was hard for sure. You're going to circle them. Don't write them down yet. And which other one was really hard for me? I guess moved into a bigger office space. I think I've created. Those are my top 3. Okay. All right, so now once you have written down your first 3, or once you've circled your top 3, what you're going to do is you're going to write down we're now going to take the time from step 1, which was here, and then we circled the 3 that were our hardest, and we're going to turn them into a reality, right? What that means is we're going to break it down. We're going to break down the steps that it took to get here. So for the first one, reached 150 students. We're going to write down 5 steps. I'm going to write down 5 steps on how I did it. Then moved into my own apartment. I'm going to write down 5 steps on how I did it. And then have created an organized life for myself. I'm going to write down 5 steps to how I did it. Okay, so I want you guys to do the same. So reach 150 students, let's say, to work really hard. Started at the beginning of this year, started at somewhere around 90 students. Then I had to build, hire teachers, to retain students, and to get more students, and I had to stay persistent and never. Right. So I had to work really hard. We started around 90 students in the beginning of the year. I had to hire more teachers, and then like teachers left, like Miss Erin left, Miss Jessica left, you know, like if you guys remember Miss Nikki, like she left. Like we've had like a bunch of teachers that have left. But we've also had like a few teachers that have stayed, like Miss Marissa has stayed, Mr. Shiv has stayed, Mr. Greg has been doing a really great job with the math, he's staying, but it's constant. Like I'm constantly, like every time a teacher leaves, like it hurts because I'm like, oh no, like what am I going to do? But I have to keep working. I have to keep hiring people. I have to retain students. So what that means is like a lot of the old students that are here at Wholesome, like we have Sushant, Romir, Aditi, Aryan and Dhriti, Darshan, Deepti, Prisha, Abhinav, like you guys have been here for like years. Romir's been here since he was like 2. Just kidding. He hasn't been here that long. And Romir's now in 8th grade. So like I had to retain students. Students had to stay here. I had to get more students. So I had to learn about marketing and like how to do that and how like big companies market. And then I had to somehow figure out how to do that by myself. I had to stay persistent and never give up, right? Like teachers leave, students leave, you know, but at the same time, like I need to make sure that like I'm continuously moving forward. Like I can't ever stop. I have to keep moving forward. And then when I feel sad, I give myself like a day to feel sad or a little bit of time to feel sad, but then I need to get right back up and keep moving forward. I can't give up. I have to keep moving. So yeah. So I'll do the next one. Moved into my own apartment. I had to save money. Save up money. I had to organize my finances, which is like where money is coming in from, how much money I have to put in certain places in order to be able to afford my rent, and you know, like those types of things. I had to create a schedule for myself, so I don't get lazy. If I didn't create a schedule for myself, I'm telling you right now, I would sit on the couch and I would watch TV and I would eat pizza all day long. That's what I would do. I would just do that all day long. So I created a schedule for myself so I don't do this. Because something that you kids might not know about me is that I am an incredibly lazy person and I do everything that I can do to not be lazy. But my inner instinct is to just sit on the couch and just chill all day. That is what I want to do, but I don't do it because I know it's not productive. Don't get me wrong though, sometimes when I need a break, I will do it. Like tonight, after today, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna take a nap for 2 hours, and I'm gonna probably like help my wife with putting up Christmas decorations, and I'm just gonna chill all day. But it's because I've worked so hard during the week. I think I deserve it. So relaxing is good, but there's time and place for it. Let's see. You guys still all writing? Yeah, it looks that way. Okay. Moved into my own apartment. Let's see. Oh, I had to. I had to gain confidence that I could do it. To be honest, moving into my own apartment was kind of scary because I've never done it before. I've never lived outside of my parents' home. Like, I had to learn how to do my own laundry, and I had to learn how to like do my own dishes and like clean the bathroom and all those other things. Like, I had to learn how to do that stuff. I didn't know how to do that stuff before. And I had to learn. I knew some of it, but like now I do everything by myself because I'm an adult. Gain confidence that I could do it, and I had to make, which means I just had to take the jump to do it. So I always told myself, I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I never did it. I just was scared. And I made the move. I did it. It gave me confidence, and I'm really happy that I did it. So what you're going to do is you're going to do that for all of them. Or not for all of them, just for 3 that you've picked.
The ones that were the most hardest?
The ones that were the most hardest, the 5 steps that you took to get there. There could be more than 5, but like just pick the 5 major ones.
Mr. Sonny, my camera's whole time off,
Yep,
but
I
it's
turned
not
it off.
letting me.
Yep, I turned it off because you were having filters on. So this is a really important seminar and something that if you kids take seriously, you will be able to accomplish things in your life that you never thought possible. I never thought that I would get here. I never thought that I would be in this position. I never thought. I had dreams of it, right? I always imagined it in my mind, like, what would it be like for me to lead a community of like over, with all of your parents included, with all of you kids included, with like over 600 people in it. Like, I never thought that I would be in this position. I never thought that I would be here, but I am now because I've worked to this position and this place. You can too. If I can get here with having the type of low self-esteem and low confidence that I did as a kid, like, you guys can do way more because I'm learning how to do this stuff now. If you learn how to do this stuff as a kid, like, you guys will change the world forever. Forever. But you got to take this seriously. Sometimes you're going to fall off. It's not a big deal. Just get back right. You get back on. I was just talking to Aryan and Dhruti about that. And it's okay to lose focus. We all lose focus all the time, but it's important to come back. Don't just lose focus and just disappear. All right, I'm gonna give you guys like 3-4 more minutes.
Mr. Sunny,
Yeah.
so like, can you repeat what we're doing right now?
You are writing the 5 steps. So you are circling, you're picking 3 of these. 3, not of mine, but of yours. You're gonna pick 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to write the 5 steps, like moved into my own apartment, right? I wrote that here. And then I'm going to write the 5 steps below it that it took me to get there.
So we only have to do 3 of them, not the other rest?
No, you don't have to do the other rest. Just 3 of them. This is for
Okay.
you. This is just like an assignment for you to do right now. All right, so I'm going to give you guys about like 4 more minutes, 5 more minutes to do this. I'm going to stretch because I sit all day. Keep going. Who wants to share? Anybody want to share? Yeah, Ishan. Okay, Ishan, you want to share? All right, what was your goal? What was the one thing that you reached, and then the 5 steps that you took to get there?
So I got
Just
to
one.
share 3 goals.
No. Just share one thing, one goal that you've reached, like one accomplishment, and then the
Yeah.
5 steps that it took to get there.
Alright. So I finished the Step Up to the Plate book.
Good. What are the 5 steps you took to get there?
So the first step, I had to read like 1 chapter a day. And then
Good.
the second step, it was more like difficult. We had to read like 2 more chapters.
Yeah.
And then the third step, we had to read like, I think like 3 more chapters. And then the fourth, had to read like 4 chapters.
Okay.
And the fifth, read like 5 chapters to finish it.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So like you finished it though, right?
Great.
Yeah, you finished it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel good about yourself for finishing it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should, man. That's an accomplishment, man. Good job. Who else wants to share?
I'll share.
Darshan, go ahead.
Yeah, so in my religion, we have fasting over for 8 days, and the fast I did was you could not eat food, and you could only drink boiled water, and you can only drink boiled water until the sun goes down. So if the sun goes down, you're not allowed to drink boiled water. So the steps were the first 2 days that were really hard because my whole other family, but me and my mom were eating, and it just smelled it, and it was just telling me to quit, and like.
Okay, so tell me the steps.
So the first step was I needed to keep drinking a lot of water so I get the strength, and I needed to stay away from like foods. Like I wouldn't sit on the dining table or anything because the first 2 days they were really hard.
Okay, I got that. So what's the next step?
The second step was the third day, and the third day we had to get up at like 5 or 6 o'clock, and we had to go to the temple, and we used to go pray, and it would take us like an hour, come back. Then I would stay up because I could not sleep the whole night. And
Okay.
basically what I did was I just woke up at 5, and then I just kept drinking water every single hour.
Okay, good. What's the next step?
So it was the 4th and 5th day where we had to go to a big temple that was 40 minutes away. So we had to wake up at 5, shower, get ready, put on our temple clothes, go to the temple, and then we would have to sit there for like 2 hours. And we weren't allowed to bring water and stuff, so I had to drink a lot of water before I went in.
Is this for Padushan?
Yep.
Okay. What's the last step?
The last 2 or 3 days. So let me just tell you guys about the last day. Well, the last day I could not sleep the whole night, and then I woke up at 5, and then that day, like the next day, was like the finish day. Like
Good.
I could eat anything, and
Good.
it just
Do you feel good about yourself for being able to accomplish that?
yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment. I need to eat like every 2 hours. I'm constantly eating food. I don't know how I look this way, but I eat more than most people eat on a daily basis. Romeo, do you want to share any goals that you have that you've reached? Feel like you've
Oh
done
yeah, sure. So
this year.
since I'm in 8th grade, I already had to take my high school tests.
Yeah.
So when I did, I got straight hundreds on all the categories. And here
Good.
were the 5 steps. First, I had to study really hard like each day. So
Okay,
around,
wait, hold on. Let me break that down. You have to study really hard each day. Was there any day that you didn't want to?
I mean, yeah, obviously. There's a lot of other stuff I wanted to do, but
But why did you keep studying? I'm gonna dive a little deeper into yours just because it's like a little bit more relevant to like what we do here. So
yeah, of course.
don't get like offended or anything. I don't mean any offense with you. I'm just going to dive deep with you a little
Yeah.
deeper. So there were days that you didn't want to study, but you studied anyways.
Yeah. Because
Why?
I knew eventually the ends were gonna justify the means. Even if I had to sacrifice 2 hours a day, in the end it's going to be worth it because then I can do better later in life. So it's a time trade-off basically.
Yeah, yeah. So you rather sacrifice maybe like watching a little bit of TV or like hanging out with your friends or talking to your friends online or Discord or whatever for a couple days so that way you can have a better life later on. And that's
Yeah.
worth it to you. Okay. All right. What else?
All right. So second, I had to like start getting really calm during tests because usually I get really nervous.
Mm.
But so like when I was doing my practice test, I would
Wait,
always
hold on 1 second. Hold on. Pause. How many other people get nervous during tests? I get nervous during tests all the time. Yo, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We all get nervous during tests.
Art tests.
Yeah, we get nervous during tests. Yeah. All right. So Romeo,
Yeah,
So-
so especially during
you do?
time tests, it's really important to stay really calm so you can finish both accurately and quickly.
how did you stay calm? What did you do?
So I just did a ton of practice tests, so I was just ready for whatever they like threw at me during
Yeah.
the test.
So you prepared, even though you were nervous, you knew that you were going to be nervous because you get nervous before tests because you're a human being and that's what happens sometimes. So you just decided to over practice so that you were ready for whatever they would throw your way. They threw like, if they threw anything your way, you'd be ready because you practiced it already and you over practiced just in case it would be covered. So you over studied for it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. What else?
All right. Third thing, when I did my practice tests, I would always practice under excessive time constraints because I already knew that the test was going to be timed. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. So whenever there were time constraints, like how you guys have like park tests or NJSLA tests or any other test that you're taking and there's a time limit on it, Romeo, like if the time limit was like an hour normally, what would you have set your time constraint as?
It would have been like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so then you would have to finish any of your practice within 45 minutes. Okay, what else?
Yeah. So then I had to start balancing my time a lot better because usually I give priority to a few things rather than spend time on everything. But now I had to change my priorities since I knew what I needed to do, and that's not what I would have been doing otherwise. So
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
I had to
good,
make a
good.
new schedule and everything.
Good. So you understand that if you want a different result, if you want to get something better, if you want to do something better, you have to act differently. Your actions have to be different,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And then yeah,
awesome.
finally, when I needed help, I would always ask for it. Since I knew that I couldn't do everything on my own, I needed a bit of help, and that's why I would always ask if I needed something.
Good. Yes, you should ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. If you don't ask for help and you're struggling with something, it means you're stubborn and it means that you have a lot of pride. That's not going to get you anywhere in life. If you need help with something, you ask. Whatever it is, you ask. You need help with setting goals, you come to me. You need help with math, you go to Mr. Shiv. You need help with English, you go to Miss Marissa, right? Like, or me, whatever. But you ask for help when you need it. That's it. People are there to help you. Okay, good. One more person that wants to share. Anybody else? Aditi? Yeah, Raghavendra.
Okay. So like when I got into like the reading and math gifted and talented, it was like super hard to get into it. So
Yo,
like the
hold on a
five
second. Aditi, before you begin that, I want to say just in front of everybody, Aditi, like she got into the gifted and talented program for English reading and writing. She wasn't always this way. It's not like she was born with this gift. It's not like she was born with this. And like all you other kids that are in like gifted and talented programs or honors programs or like higher grade level programs and stuff like that, you weren't born with this gift. Aditi, were you born with this gift?
no.
No, right? You have to work to get there, right? So you're not born with these like, you're not born with like, in 5th grade and 4th grade, I'm going to be in grow. I'm born with this superpower. It's not like that. You have to work to get there, and everybody can do it. It's just you got to work. Sorry for cutting you off, Aditi. I just wanted to share that with everybody. But go ahead. You're good.
And like since I did my first grade in India, I had to work even harder because some of the topics I didn't understand at all. And the second step that I had to do is while everybody else was playing during the summer and like enjoying their summer, I had to like study instead of like playing. And
Wait, hold on a second. Did that stink?
yeah,
But you did it anyways. Why?
because like I knew that it would pay off for me in the end.
Why?
Because like when I
Or how,
like
rather?
okay, so I know that like I knew my studies like in 3rd grade also, but then I wouldn't use it in the correct spot. Like instead of when everybody was like teaching, I wouldn't like enjoy paying attention to it, thinking it was like super boring. But then like this year I started paying attention, knowing that it could actually help me. And then when I'm done with school, instead of just playing around and not doing anything, I like actually use those techniques to work.
Yeah, good. So you applied what you learned, right? The things that you've learned at Wholesome or MBU, you used, or like wherever else you went, you used those skills that you learned in school, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, good, good. Yeah.
And I also had to like if one of my friends said that, can I have a play date with you please? I had like another class at the same timing. I had to like prioritize between which one to do. Most of the times I would like in my mind it would be like, why do you have to go to a class? Just go to the play date. But then like my heart knew that I shouldn't do that. I should like go to the class, and like another time I should have the play date.
Good, good. I'm glad. Good. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I just had one last step.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Me myself, I take a lot of time to do tests. Like I'm usually the last one to finish
Hold
my
on, stop
test.
there. Hold on. I'll let you finish. Anybody else takes like a while to do on tests? I did all the time in school. Like that was me. I was always the last one finishing. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good. Good. All right. So you kids should be listening to Aditi right now. Go ahead.
So I had to like not like take all the questions, and then I used to do the ones that I knew like a lot, like pretty well, and I had to do those first, and then I had to like look at each question that was hard for me and be like, okay, is this like, do I understand the topic well? If I do, then like skip that question and go to the one that I really don't understand and like I have no idea what it is, and like put my mind and all the skills that I have to it.
Mm. Good. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm glad you prioritize your time and you've learned how to do it that way. That's really important to do. Okay. So, other Aditi.
So I also got into grow. That was one of my accomplishments for this year. So
Good.
I
Aditi, were
studied.
you born with the ability to get into grow?
No,
Were you born with the ability to, was it for reading or math?
it was for it wasn't like for reading or math. It was for like logic puzzles and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. So were you always this good at it?
No,
Wait, you weren't born with this?
no,
Are you just like everybody else?
yeah,
Whoa, you're just like everybody else? So does that mean everybody else can do what you do?
yeah.
All right, so tell me the steps.
So I studied a lot, and then in third grade I tried for the growth test, but I lost a few points and didn't get into
Okay, so you failed in third grade, right?
Mhm.
Did you give up?
No,
Why not?
because I wanted to get into the growth program.
Because you wanted to get into the program, not because your parents wanted you to get into the GROW program, because you wanted to get into the GROW program. That's self-accountability. That's good. Keep going.
And then in fourth grade, I was really motivated to do it. I was like, I need to do it. Like, I need to get in this year. So I practiced a lot and I got in.
Good, good. You feel good about yourself for doing that?
Yeah.
Do you think if everybody else follows the same steps that you did, they'll be able to get in?
Yeah.
Do you see, kids? You guys see from the people that spoke today so far that if you guys wanted to, like, I know a lot of you are already in GROW, or a lot of you are in some type of other program. But just to get to the next level, all you have to do is apply yourself just a little bit more. If you want to get from a B to an A, where's the person that I'm talking to? If you want to get from a B to an A, you just got to work a little bit harder. You just got to prioritize your time a little bit differently. Does that person understand and know what I'm talking about? I need a nod. Just give me a nod. Okay. Okay, everybody but that person nodded. Oh, yeah. Okay, wonderful. All right, great. So let's move on. Now, and it was thank you so much for sharing that, all of you that shared. That was really nice. And I know that, I know that like that's like really personal stuff. So I'm happy that you shared it, because I think other people need to know that you're human. You weren't like this before, but you helped yourself become this way. All right. So what you're going to do now is you are for homework, right? And this isn't like a boring homework assignment. Let's start planning what we're going to be doing in the new year, right? Because it's in December. I know it doesn't feel that way because we've all been stuck inside for like 10 months, maybe no, like 8, 9 months now. And I know it doesn't feel that way, but during the new year, we always set resolutions, and we always set like, we're going to be different. We're all going to get A's. We're going to be brilliant. We're going to study all the time. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Oh, yay. We're going to be like that. January 10th hits. None of that's happening. You're just like lost motivation. You don't want to do it anymore. You're just like, forget this. I'll do it later. Or if it's like,
This bad habit is like I talk big stuff to my mom, but then when the time comes, I actually never do it.
yeah, right? Yeah. I do this. I used to do the same stuff all the time. So let's do this. We do it. I'm sure all of us do it. How many of you guys set goals? You guys talk big, and then like you're just like, forget it. I'm not going to do it. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Or I used to at least do it all the time. Now I don't. But okay. All right. So let's change that today. All right. Let's all change that today. So what we're going to do is, for homework, I want you guys to write down 4 big goals that you want to accomplish by the end of next year. And then I want you to write down 5 steps to getting there. All right. Keep it relevant to yourself, right? Like put it in the areas that you're the weakest in. Challenge yourself. Think about it. Remember, the person that has A's has challenges. The person that has D's has challenges. You guys everybody has challenges. Just because you're getting straight A's doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you stop growing. You just have different challenges than another person. I'm sure Kumon, Huntington, Sylvan, I-Level, Mathnasium, JEI, the tutoring center, all those other places, I'm sure they all have challenges too. Just because it's a bigger company, just because they have more kids, doesn't mean they don't have challenges. I'm sure they have challenges. I'm a lot smaller. We have 150 students. It's wonderful. It's great. I'm super proud of myself. I'm super proud of all of you for staying. But we have challenges. I have challenges too. Doesn't make my challenges worse than another person's challenges. So I want you to write down 4 major things that you want to accomplish next year. All right? This isn't for me to see. This isn't for me to see. This is for you guys only.